Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And it's going to be an update on the Rfid chip, the mark of the beast. Okay? That's what it's written of in the Bible as the mark of the beast. And that's one of the last prophecies to come to pass across the whole earth. Before Israel can receive everlasting rulership. Okay? And there's so much evidence that the chip is here. It's not coming, it is here. As this is the year of prophecy. And throughout the year, so many things have been happening. You know, from this COVID-19 pandemic, you know, to America and Iran going at it. You know, I did a lesson on how America and Russia, you know, is bumping heads on fueling down or cooling down rather, you know, World War III talks. What else is going on? So many things are happening, man. You know, and amongst the many things that are happening, which is all prophecy, one of the biggest prophecies is going down right now, which proves that we almost out of here, man. You know, and it's this site called Biometric Update. Now it says government investments in digital identity and biometric programs progress around the world. So it says systems aim to improve service access, birth registration, voting, and financial inclusion. So it says progress and plans for national digital identity systems and biometric e-government solutions have been announced around the world, including a $250 million investment by Australia's government, Saudi government services, financial inclusions in the Philippines, a remote birth registration system in Pakistan, a public sector payroll cleanup in Kurdistan, and biometric voter verification in Kyrgyzstan are in the news. You know, which through the spirit we see this all goes back to the RFID chip mark of the beast. Because the mark of the beast, when you go into that word mark, it goes back into the word karax. And it also goes back into the word, it goes back to karagma, which goes back to the karax, which goes back to grapho. Karagma means goes into how the chip is a physical implementation. Karax goes into a pail or stake, how the chip is going to be implemented into you. And then when you go into the word grapho, that goes into what's actually going to be in the chip. Well, the word grapho means writings. So all your information, as we just read, the birth registration, which is what the modern birth certificate, voter registration, which basically is the modern driver's license. You know, it's all going to be pushed in one specific thing. All right, now Esau calls it the digital ID. You know, but it's not more than you know, causing the world to be cool with the RFID chip. All right. So it says Australia is planning, and the scriptures say what he calls it all. You know, we get it so much. You could literally just reiterate it, you know. So it says Australia is planning to spend $250 million to upgrade its online services with biometric facial recognition for user authentication to access a range of services, Tech Times reports. Services that facial recognition could be used to access include employment listing, voter registration, and financial filings, such as bankruptcies. And Tech Times writes that Prime Minister Scott Morrison expressed hope the technology will make access easier and safer for businesses and individuals. Because supposedly what's going on now is a lot of what's the word? Not thievery, but hackers. A lot of hacking. You know, which doesn't make sense because they tell you to, trust technology, putting all your information in a computer, and if they work it out now, how the hell is it gonna work out? How the hell is it gonna work out in the future? Which through the spirit, with this voting thing going on, I seen this in Dabu 77. He's saying how voting machine, memory sticks, laptop stolen from unsecured warehouse in Philadelphia. And he was even going into it how, well, I'll just play a little bit of it, because he was even going into it.
Stolen in Philadelphia. And this is raising some concern. Some people are saying, is this going to be something else that meddles with the election, that stifles the voting process? They're saying that it will not. They're saying that you should not be worried that this event is going to affect the election. Although, they say they are worried behind the scenes that the theft would fuel conspiracy theories and all this other stuff. Well, what do they expect when laptops that are programming voting machines are snatched up, and you're just trying to tell us that, nothing bad can happen? Well, the voting machine can essentially be hijacked by anyone that's got this computer or these memory sticks. Wherever, however. It's what it's there for. It's what it's made for. They can't deny that. It's that simple.
Which is BS in itself, because here it is. You got all this technology, all this advanced technology, and you still want people to go out and vote, But the point of me going into this video in the first place was just to go to show you, or just, my theory on it is that they're gonna rig the voting, and then blame it on the whatever, a cyber attack or whatever, just to push the digital ID, because it's supposedly more secure, because Esau, as you had this was the devil, Rahm Emanuel, he said never let a good crisis go to waste. So just like Esau is milking the shit out of this COVID situation, now he's saying that in these coming months, the COVID is going to get, the COVID deaths and the COVID contraction is going to go out the roof. Well, first of all, you telling everybody to vote, so they going to the same place, and you opening a lot of these places back up. Some places is even open to 100%. So they milking the hell out of this. So it reads on into the article. So it says the $250 million is part of an overall $800 million investment in digital technologies intended to set up the full integration of the MyGov ID digital identity program and 14 additional services, such as receiving a tax filing number. The largest portion of the investment will go to a unified user interface for businesses. Again, he calls it all. It even goes into the what they have on a dollar bill. Out of many one, Inuit Coeptus. There are currently 1.16 million businesses and 1.6 million people already using facial recognition to access services from among 70 offered online by the government. Then it goes into the different companies. Saudi Arabia issues 17 million digital identities for government service access. Philippines biometric national digital ID to increase financial inclusion. Pakistan, Kurdistan, uh Kyrgyzstan set for second biometric vote. You see? So everybody, the whole world is leading. The whole world is set up, basically being set up for the Okido. All right, out of many one. So now let's go to, and this is nothing new under the. This is the scripture said there's nothing new under the sun. All right, you had the Tower of Babel, you had the time of you had in the Tower of Babel, when they basically said, "Let us be one people," and the Lord wasn't with that. He broke that up. So, what makes you think that the Lord is going to be with this? But Esau is known as the vessel of wrath, fitted for destruction. So he has to do things against the Bible so that he can receive what the Lord created him for, which is for destruction. Now, this is another article I found. It says House Bill, which this was 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. House Bill aims to strengthen digital ID. A bipartisan group of House lawmakers are looking to explore ways of overhauling personal digital identification for for U.S. citizens with an eye to cutting down on data breaches and identity theft. The Improving Digital Identity Act of 2020 was set up a task force across federal, state, and local government charged with creating a new standards-based architecture for digital identity verification services and to determine whether it makes sense for federal agencies to supply identity verification to the private sector of a fee-based model. The bill also calls for the Department of Homeland Security through binding operational directives to order federal agencies to put digital identity guidelines created by the National Institute of Standards and Technology in place and to implement practices called for in a May 2019 White House memo on improving identity, credential, and access management. And one might ask yourself, well, why now? Because through the Spirit, again, this is the year of prophecy. So that's why now. Because the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is on his way back. All right? He's not only pushing the Rfid chip, which is a major, major sign that he's close, but he's showing his chariots. He's showing his chariots. Brothers are waking up all throughout the world. The brother out there in California, he just said it's a brother that hit him up in India. Which Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on that, because you have certain of our people, that are there to this very day. All right. But hey, man, just a quick update on the RFID chip, how it's definitely here, man. All right. You had I think the elder brother out there in South Carolina, he had did a video on the Amazon One proving, that the chip is already here, man. You had the woman, I believe in the Apostle Tahar, he had did a lesson on it. Yeah, he actually did do a lesson on it. It's called your woman will take that chip, you see, to where her hand is being scanned, over the as the scriptures say. And was that Revelations 20? How if you take that chip, that's your ass. All right. So hey, man, all roads lead to prophecy. All right, and we can grab that, because Yahweh Shah is speaking, man. It's important for us to listen, and to move accordingly. That's Revelations 19:10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai worship God, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. You know? And I also got to get this, man, because this proves if you take that chip, that's your ass. You know? You can't say you haven't been warned. Revelations 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worships the beast and his image, okay, what's the beast? The ancient Roman Empire, which is revived today as America, and his image, okay? His image is basically when your image is a representation of you. All right? You know, like through the judicial system, how things are ran, you know, how they have the different portions of the government. All right? You know, hey, this is the America and their system, how they push things, homosexuality, all that nonsense, all goes back to Rome. Idolatry. All right, a lot of the things, a lot of their the things that they plan on doing, you know, they'll put it out there in plain sight, and it'll normally be in what? Latin. You know, and receive his mark, as I was going into before, annuit coeptus, that's in Latin. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his right hand or in his hand, Salakia, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, so just a quick one with that. Shalom to the elect.